Hello there. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to do a Backpay. There are two approaches that we're going to explore in this topic. One, using the Backpay module to backpay a single or multiple transactions into separate Backpay codes. Two, manually processing the Backpay. Today, we're going to focus on approach number one. The Backpay module is an inbuilt facility that helps you to process Backpay. Transactions dependent or linked to the basic salary are easily backpaid using this feature. Step 1 is to create a single Backpay code for each transaction that you want to backpay. So first of all, we'll go to Transaction Codes menu. All right. So the transactions that I want to backpay are basic, overtime, time and a half, overtime, double time, and short time. So let me create the backpay code for basic. So the category I'm going to use is earnings basic, which is the same as for our basic transaction. Put in my description. And set the duration to single to avoid the transaction recurring. Okay, now I'm going to create the overtime codes. So the category that I'm going to choose is earnings overtime irregular. I'm taking note of the actual category for the codes that are in the system that I've created, that I created before. So I'm going to put my description again here. And here I have to take note to put the appropriate factor corresponding to the transaction code that I'm backpaying. So this would be time and a half. Now to create for double time. So again, same procedure. Oops. Okay, that is done. Now for the last transaction that I want to backpay, short time. Earnings short time. I'll call this backpay short time. I don't change any rate. Okay, done. So whenever you're not sure what category to choose, you can highlight the old transaction that you want to backpay and just expand the column. Then it will guide you into which category to choose for the backpay transaction code that you're trying to create. So I am done here. Now we'll need to navigate to the Backpay utility. Ensure a proper payroll backup has been taken before making changes. Proceed. That is very important. Right, in this window here, this is where we'll do the actual processing for the Backpay, or pre-processing if you will. So click Insert. For Backpay, so the transaction code field, you select the transaction that you want to backpay. And then on the Backpay code, you select the code that you have just created. On the options below, you can select which periods you want to backpay. Perhaps I want to backpay from period 3 up to period 5. So in a monthly payroll, this would be March to May. In a weekly, then that would be week 3 up to week 5. So it all depends on the payroll type that you are processing. Right, my Backpay is there for basic. Then I want to insert again. This time I want to process for overtime and a half. See, so there are options. So I select my Backpay code, Backpay overtime. Okay, so I want to backpay from period 5 only. Okay, and I click Insert, and I'm looking for the overtime, irregular, double time. So I select the corresponding Backpay code. So you have to be careful to select the corresponding, the proper Backpay code. Otherwise, you may get erroneous results. So I want to backpay, yeah, only one period. Okay. Then we have short time. And backpay short time. I want to backpay this maybe as far as period 3. Okay. All right, so then we have our transactions in the form. So now you can choose which employees or people to backpay using the options button. So it can allow you to tag whoever is due that backpay. So you can use that filter, select, so it's really up to you, but I want to backpay everyone in this payroll. So the next thing is to click the compute button. Click OK. Right, so the window that comes up is a preview of the proposed changes or the proposed processing. So as you can see, it's showing you the employee old rate, the new rate. So the assumption is that you have done a pay increment. So if you haven't done a pay increment between like the current period and the previous periods, you may see 0 results on this window. Okay, so on this window as well, if something is not accurate, you can change, or perhaps you want to bump up the figure or put a custom figure. You can do manual edits there. Or if perhaps you have selected someone in error, you can even delete a record. Are you sure you want to delete the highlighted record? No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Right, so if I want to redo, I can clear the file. Then it'll tell you this will clear existing Backpay transaction. Proceed? No. Right, so now I want to go to process. So I'm going ahead with this processing. Okay, great. And now to check the changes. If I go to payslip input, maybe let's pick this. Right. So on the payslip input, you should see the processed backpays. Backpay over time, the corresponding amount and units. Backpay short time, corresponding units, and the corresponding negative earning. Your basic reflecting the changes for both of those, for all those periods that you have selected. From there, you are free to compute, see your net pay, and make any other adjustments. So you can even redo the payslip if it's not satisfactory. Thank you for watching.